When you watched the CNBC debate, I'm willing to bet you thought you saw the lowest form of liberal, biased, gotcha question journalism you could possibly ever imagine. Well, this morning, Allison Camerota of CNN actually lowered the bar in journalism. Watch this interview and it will get your blood boiling.
They underestimated the intelligence of the American people. The people are not as stupid as they think they are. Many of them are stupid, but okay. But I'm talking about overall.
So that was obviously a punchline. That got a big joke. But who were you referring to? Which Americans do you think are stupid?
The people, particularly a lot of the people who don't realize what they're doing. For instance, those people who take the disadvantaged people in our country and they say, "You poor little thing, I'm going to give you everything that you possibly need," not recognizing that what that is really doing is keeping those people in a dependent position. That's not helping those people. And all you have to do is look at what's happened since, the Great Society programs of Lyndon Johnson. We've spent $19 trillion, and we have 10 times more people on food stamps, more people in poverty, more broken homes, out of wedlock births, crime, incarceration. Now, everything is not only worse, it's much worse. You have to be kind of stupid to look at that and not realize that that's a failure and to say, we just didn't do enough of it. That's what I call stupid.
So, just to be clear, people who support food stamps or Medicaid or
I
welfare...
didn't say that. Now you're trying to put words in my mouth.
No, I'm trying to clarify.
Why do you do that?
I want
Why
to
not?
clarify,
Just listen to what I just told you.
Because I think what you're saying are liberals. I mean, it sounds like what you're saying is that
I can't believe that you used to work on Fox and you've turned into that. I don't believe it.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dr. Carson, because you also said something about Fox News that I'd like to play from that very same speech. Let's play that clip about your thoughts on Fox News.
Even if all the media tries to shut you down, which they have tried very much to do with me, but they can't, because the good Lord has provided me with mechanisms like my syndicated column and like Fox News. We'd be Cuba if there were no Fox News.
Now, as you point out, I did work at Fox for many years, and I do have many friends there still who are excellent journalists, but I'm not sure that even they think that without their reporting that we would be Cuba. You mean that if Fox News didn't exist, we would be a communist country?
No. Again, there you go with sensationalism. That's what you try to do. And you hope that somehow that will resonate with people who don't think for themselves.
Dr. Carson, you said it. I'm actually
The people are a lot smarter than you think they are. They're a lot smarter, and they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Dr. Carson, I'm actually quoting, I'm not quoting you, I'm playing your words. You are the person who said that there are a lot of people who are stupid, and that without Fox News, we would be Cuba.
Are you honestly telling me that you didn't know what I was talking about when I said that? Are you honestly telling me that? Because if you are, you might fit in that category.
Dr. Carson, I really don't know what you're talking about. Fox News came to dominance in 2001. You think before 2001, the U.S. was a communist country?
That's not what I said, but that's what you guys love to do. Why do you do that?
Dr.
What
Carson,
I'm saying, listen, let me explain it to you.
Please.
What I am saying is that the general mainstream media all seems to move in the secular progressive direction. And, they would like to create a narrative that certain things are good and certain things are bad, according to the way that they see them. And by being able to be the bully pulpit, so to speak, and to be the only voice that's out there, you can get a lot of people to start thinking the way that you do. Now along comes Fox News and presents an alternative, a different way of thinking. And if we didn't have that counterbalance, I wish we didn't need that counterbalance, because the way it's supposed to work is that the media is supposed to be neutral and they're supposed to be on the side of the people, and that is the reason that they are the only business that is protected by the United States Constitution. But because they have become very partisan and very ideological, you need to have a counterbalance, and that's what I mean, having Fox come in to counterbalance what you've done. Some others have come in and joined since that time, and it's good that they have, but it's unfortunate that that has to happen.
Well, Dr. Carson, therein lies the very question, and that is that when you say that there are some people in America who are stupid because of their ideology, when you are president, if you win the presidency, you will have to be the president of everyone. You will have to be the president of liberals, of conservatives, of Fox News watchers, of CNN watchers. And so putting people into categories because of what they believe in terms of social programs and saying that they're stupid, how will you not be partisan? How will you bring those sides together?
I just explained to you who I believe the stupid people are. And they're not the people that you think are the stupid people. The general people are they're much better and they're much smarter than you think they are.
Yes, but
that's why they're not falling for all the garbage.
But Dr. Carson, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that the people who you think are stupid are the people who are calling for more social programs that you don't agree with. And I assume that you're talking about the social...
No,
clarify.
That's not what I said.
Clarify.
What I said, listen to what I said. Listen carefully. Write it down. Put it in quotation marks.
We're all ears.
What I said is that those individuals who see many of the downtrodden in our society and they pat them on the head, say, there, you poor little thing, I'm going to give you all the things that you need, and not recognize that what that has done is led them actually into a dependent position in our society. We can't afford to be making people dependent, but those people are not capable of opening their eyes and recognizing what they are doing to these people and that it is not beneficial to them. You know, we only have 330 million people in America. We have to compete against China and India, who have over 1 billion people each. Now, we need to develop all of our people. We can't afford, for instance, to have 20% of people dropping out of high school. We can't afford to have 5% of the population and 25% of incarcerated inmates. We can't have educational systems that are failing our people. You know, we need to be looking at these things not in a partisan way, but recognizing that America needs to be strong, and it can only be strong when it's united. And I would hope that at some point the people in your profession would recognize that they would do a much greater service for our nation if they would be trying to find ways to solve some of these problems that I'm talking about.
Well, Dr. Carson, I mean, one of the things that journalism is about is asking questions in order to get answers and try to solve problems. For instance, everyone is concerned about education in this country. All of the candidates say that. What makes your platform about what you would do with our schools different?
So, you didn't hear a word I said. You're just waiting for me to stop so you can make your point. But you know,
did you clarify your education platform?
You guys in the media, just stop for a minute and ask yourself, am I actually doing a good thing? Am I actually doing something to help to strengthen the fabric of America? Ask yourselves that. Or am I being used and am I being manipulated for somebody's ideological viewpoint?
Dr. Carson,
and if you stop and ask yourselves that and stop thinking that you are the know-it-alls, I think you'll be a real service to the people.
Dr. Carson, we ask the questions in the media. If you think that there isn't...
No, you don't just ask questions. You have an agenda. Don't tell me that you just ask questions.
Dr. Carson, you've just challenged my industry and journalism as a whole.
And so I will continue to challenge it.
Fine, that's your prerogative. But to your question, of course we have meetings every day, all the time, about how to best get the answers, how to best test the candidates, how to best ask the questions. We do that sort of soul-searching all the time. And so
why is it then that I can easily figure out which side you're always going to come down on?
Because it sounds...
Why would that be the case if you were objective?